No way this keeps happening as the Lakers dropped a game in Philadelphia to the short-handed Sixers, on top of the fact that Anthony Davis left the game early due to injury, which put the Lakers in a bad spot and led to some strange lineups being played together, which stressed out Coach Redick and the Lakers into something they haven't done all season. However, there was a silver lining with one Laker player, as he looks like he's starting to get in a rhythm once again, which is huge for the Lakers, especially on this current road trip. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into everything we have for you for today's video, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel. And I recently want to thank you guys for getting us past 5,000 subscribers. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys who subscribe to the channel, because it truly makes a difference. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap, as the Lakers lose to the short-handed Sixers. So, the Los Angeles Lakers, evidently in their third game of the Grammy road trip, lose this one 118 to 104. And the Lakers, just from an effort standpoint, did not really have their focus and aptitude there, because they had a season-high 22 turnovers. And it was just from top to bottom. Everybody was not really focused and really into the game plan and doing the things they were supposed to do, as Lakers gave up a lot of free points to the 76ers team that were playing without Paul George, Joel Embiid, Andre Drummond, just a number of rotation players out of the lineup. So let's just dive straight into the stats and see what happened there for the Lakers, as Anthony Davis, like I said, left the game early. He only played 10 minutes in this one due to an abdominal strain, and we'll see if we'll get more word about him going on. But Hachimura had about 13 points in this one. LeBron led the way with 31, but most of that was in garbage time towards the latter half and second half. And then Austin Reaves had 13 points, 8 assists. Max Christie did not shoot the ball too well, 1 for 6 from the field. And then just off the bench there, Finney Smith did not shoot the ball well either. Cam Reddish had some nice minutes there off the bench. Jackson Hayes was pretty unremarkable. Same with Koloko as well, because he got some minutes with Anthony Davis being out. Shake Milton, those mostly garbage time minutes, and Bronny and Dalton Knecht got some significant minutes in this one. Knecht really played well, but we'll get to him later, as the Lakers just did not have it from energy and effort standpoint. And it started from the top with LeBron James having 8 turnovers, really just giving the ball up at some points in time for the Lakers, and letting a team like the 76ers, who were without a ton of their guys but had a bunch of their athletes still there. So guys like Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Gershon Yabusele were all, still there, making an impact for them, as they were just collecting those Laker passes and then creating points off turnovers. And that was a big reason why they were able to take the lead and essentially keep the lead for the entirety of that game. And they were led by Tyrese Maxey, who is a very good player, probably one of the best speed guards in the league. He had 43 points in that one, 15 for 26. Was really unstoppable at times, especially with Anthony Davis not down there in the middle. And then Kelly Oubre had 20 points, very solid. And then Gershon Yabusele had 14, with Eric Gordon, who had 14 as well. And then off the bench there, they had some nice contribution from rookie Council the Fourth. So the 76ers, even though they were without a number of guys, really came to play against the Lakers. And yes, there was some things that kind of led to the Lakers dropping this one and not having the energy and effort and focus, as this was their third game in 4 nights, the second night of a back-to-back after going all the way on the East Coast. So they still could be on that West Coast time. So those kind of things can factor into some of these longer road trip games. So this was just going to be a tough game to get that energy up. But the Lakers were just making a lot of careless mistakes with the basketball. They couldn't even get into their offense. They shot the ball fairly decently throughout the game. They just couldn't get shots up because of the amount of turnovers that they were having. So the Lakers dropping this one really led to just a whole bunch of things kind of blowing up in their face there. We get this reaction from JJ Redick, as he really was just irate, as the Lakers were just making very simple mistakes and not really sticking to the game plan that they drew up there, especially, like I said, without Philadelphia not having their main guys. So I understand Redick's frustration with this one. And that leads me to like my next point here, as this is starting to become a bit of a trend here, especially as Lakers are now 2-7 without AD. And I mean without AD as like games that he has left in the middle of it. So Anthony Davis either would start a game or just leave early or not play at all. The Lakers are 2-7 in those games, and it's just for the lack of a fact that they don't have another viable big man that they can go to in some of these minutes, because when Anthony Davis goes out of the game, it almost seems like the bottom falls out for the Lakers, as they're not able to protect the paint whatsoever. And when they're facing some of these teams who are a lot faster and play with more effort and juice than them, then it really starts to rack up against them. And you see it not only in like stuff like turnovers, but stuff like offensive rebounds, and guys who are getting to loose balls more tends to be the other team. So Anthony Davis being out is always going to be an issue for the Los Angeles Lakers, especially when they don't have that other viable big man to really protect him in those situations. And so it's just unfortunate for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, now 2-7, because Mike Trudell stated they were 2-6 with Anthony Davis did not play or finish the game. And it's games they've lost to like Memphis. Then this is Memphis before they had most of their guys. And then also the only wins they had were against Portland and then Brooklyn a few weeks ago. So the Lakers have played pretty poor without Anthony Davis, and I don't see that trend changing in any real direction here unless they get another viable backup big to be a guy that you can plug in right behind Anthony Davis, or maybe even plug in with Anthony Davis to really help shore up that defense, because what the Lakers showed against the 76ers was not it, and was generally just not enough to get the job done, especially when all of those guys were out for the 76ers. But however, there was a silver lining for the Lakers, as Dalton is starting to come out of a slump, as Dalton Knecht was in a mighty big slump, kind of a rookie role, as you would say, as from the middle of December to most of January, he was not shooting the ball particularly well, shooting close to 19%. But now it seems like he's starting to get out of that slump, which is what the Lakers need, because at times their offense would stall and they wouldn't be able to score, or they're giving up the ball with some of these turnovers. But a guy like Dalton Knecht can really shift the Lakers offense back in their favor, just because of his shot making ability, not only from three, but from all three levels, as a guy that can finish at the rim, has a mid-range shot. So he can do a lot of different things for the Lakers, as although the Lakers snapped that 4-game winning streak, Knecht got up to 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3. So it was good to see Dalton Knecht really come out and show that he still got that shooting paralysis. When JJ talked about him being in the 1% of shooters, he was definitely not kidding from Dalton Knecht. And albeit he got through that huge slump, but now him finding that other ground, that other side of that slump, would be huge for Lakers. Like I said, especially off that bench there, to get that type of scoring that you can depend on, with not only his three-point shot making, but also the gravity that he can bring to certain lineups. Because sometimes when Dalton Knecht is on a heater, then you might have to send a second guy towards him, and then that'll open up the other players on that court there. And usually in those groups, you have LeBron James, who is a virtuoso when it comes to picking out guys, especially when other players are double teamed on his own team when it's not himself. So that is something that can really help the Laker offense in some of these spurts here. And if Anthony Davis is going to miss time with this injury, that can be another source of points for the Lakers, because AD is averaging about 24, 25 points per game. So not having that in the lineup is huge, because you also not only are accounting for his defensive absence, but also the stuff that he brings for you on offensive as well. So Dalton Knecht, finding that form, finding that rhythm, can be a good thing for the Lakers. So because if he's back into that rhythm and flow that he was early on in the season, that really helps open up that Laker offense. But that's going to be it for this video. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below of how poorly you think the Lakers performed in this one. It was just not a good game. We saw some regular minutes from Bronny James. What do you guys think about how he did? This was his first real minutes there in the NBA, and he was kind of just thrown in the fire as he had to guard a guy like Tyrese Maxey, which is a pretty unfair matchup if you ask for me for any rookie. But you're going to have to get the minutes somewhere and going to have to try to grow somewhere. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. And then also one more thing for us guys, there is about 89% of y'all who have recently watched our videos but are not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys are going to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of those updates. All right, I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.